Yo, what up, what up? Bow, I'm all in, put it up on the board. Another rapper shot down from the mouth that roared. One, two, three, out for the count. The result of my lyrics, oh yes, no doubt. Yo, bum rush the show. Yo, bum rush. Yo, check this out. Can y'all believe that this album just turned 35 today, February 4th, 2022? It came out in 1987. So that makes it 35 years old. Man, I can remember the first time I heard Public Enemy. Um, I lived in the St. Simons Projects, and these guys used to set up their sound systems in the playground. They used to hook it up. They used to hook them up to a light pole some kind of way, and they would just blast music. You know, I didn't hear this in February of '87. I heard it summer of '87. This album and NWA song "Dope Man" dominated the summer of '87. And also Nobody Beats the Biz. Nobody Beats the Biz. But this album, when this came out, everybody clinged to this. And it sent a lot of people back to the lab. A lot of rappers had to redo their whole musical format when this album came out because these beats that were produced by the Bomb Squad was out of this world. I mean, Chuck D said this album was outdated when they first put it out in '87. And I'm like, outdated? Nothing else sounded like this at the time. You know, it was loud. It was unmelodic. It was, the sound was loud, aggravating. You know, you had that meow, 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 meow. It was nothing. It was unlike anything I ever heard of. I was walking to the playground and they were blasting Rebel Without a Pause. Now, Rebel Without a Pause, it wasn't on this album, but it came out as a single in the summer of 1987. And they used to blast Public Enemy #1 and then play Rebel Without a Pause right after it. So that kind of like blew everybody away. Oh, check out the shirt that I bought. That made everybody question who is Public Enemy and how are they coming out? How are they coming up with this unique style? I'm telling you, the beats were so bombastic and out of this world. People still question, how did they come up with this? How did they come up with that? How did they come up with that sound? How did they come up with that snare? You know, shout out to the Bomb Squad. They are my favorite production team of all time. The Bomb Squad, Hank Shockley, Kyle Ryder, Keith Shockley, Eric Sadler. My favorite producers of all time, hands down. People say, oh, how could you put them above Dre? Check this out. Dr. Dre borrowed from them a lot, a whole lot. As a matter of fact, Dr. Dre's song, Dre Day, sampled the drum beat from one of the songs on this album. I think it was the last track, Terminator X Speaks with His Hands. Public Enemy, NWA, on their first two albums, they heavily sampled this album. Flavor Flav's voice was heavily sampled on Straight Outta Compton, especially that song 8 Ball. Too Much Posse was sampled on 8 Ball. Too Much Posse. Oh yeah. This is the format to a lot of gangster rap groups that came out after. You know, they were the foundation of what they was calling the new school hip hop. You know, Run DMC was on their last leg. So was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and you know Houdini, and you know all of them was on their last leg. So when Public Enemy came out, it spawned the conscious hip hop movement. You know, and that ushered in a whole new generation of conscious lyrics, conscious rap groups, and conscious rappers like Paris and X Clan and Brand Nubians and Poor Righteous Teachers. You know, so here we go. Public Enemy #1. If y'all y'all don't have this in your collection, y'all need to add it. You know, Public Enemy is my favorite rap group. As you can see, this is a shirt that I got off of Amazon. It was like $27. You know, that's what we need to do. We need to invest in our icons, our favorite rappers and favorite rap groups. And Public Enemy is my number one favorite rap group of all time. They made me want to be a conscious person, you know, especially that Nations of Millions album. I mean, that's all I listened to for a long time. And everything else sounded trash to me around that time. You know, it was that powerful. And this album just paved the way. It got everybody ready for what was yet to come. And to this day, I never heard a rapper or a rap group diss Public Enemy. I'm not talking about Mr. Magic, because he dissed Public Enemy before they even had an album. You know, when Public Enemy #1 was just a demo. You know, he dissed him. He said, "Oh, I don't like it," and blah, 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 blah. But Mr. Magic was just a radio DJ. I've never heard a rapper or a rap group come out and say, F Public Enemy or Public Enemy was whack. Never. Because back in the days the saying was, if you didn't like Public Enemy, how could you be black and not like Public Enemy? You know, they were literally the Black Panthers of hip hop. I rest my case. Holla at your boy, Kareem Supreme. Public Enemy #1. 5-0 said freeze, but I got numb. Oh, that was Nations of Millions to Hold Us Back. Oh, let me think of my favorite rhyme on this album. There's too many. Oh, and another thing, they were warning us about the crack movement. My Mega Blast, they was talking about crack cocaine. You know, that was the first time I ever heard a rap group rap about crack cocaine. You know, everything else was about, you know, white lines and don't do it. And then Shan had a song about cocaine. But these dudes was the first talking about crack. And I didn't even know what crack was until they came out with Mega Blast. My Mega Blast. My Mega Blast. Let me see. Mega Blast. That was track number 11. This album was a Mega Blast. Just give me just one more hit. Peace, y'all.